Good morning.
Good morning.
We are, as you might guess, in a playground.
Ah, there we go.
I don't like when it spins, but anyway. So it's Monday morning. Everybody hates Monday because you've got to work, right? Oh, you don't.
We don't. We are just playing.
Exactly. That's easy life, right? You just have to work hard for 10 years so that you can afford that. So anyway, it's Monday morning, and I thought I would do a quick interviewing session of Sarka.
Oh my god. Okay. I did not
Just had
expect
coffee,
that,
so she's
yeah.
got to be ready, right?
Yeah.
So a few questions. We've been in Baja California for 3 weeks now. What are your impressions of Mexico?
Surprisingly, I would say it's very calm, which is not what I would expect. But again, I think Baja California is a bit different from the mainland.
Yeah.
It's very laid back. There's not much things to do, not many things to do. It's very relaxing.
Right.
I like it.
What do you mean by there's not many things to do?
There are not like many
I know it's morning.
historical buildings. There is like just churches or not many national parks. You have basically the only thing you can do is the beach, or in our case the playground.
Yeah. So it's less activities like national parks or bigger cities with lots of things to see.
Yeah, but maybe it's also us that we are just in a mode that we want to relax a little bit more.
Yeah.
After the whole trip in USA, which was quite long and demanding.
Intense, yeah.
Intense. We
Yeah.
are doing a lot of things, so now we are just relaxing.
Which is good.
Mhm.
So 3 days ago we turned 4 months on the road.
Okay.
It means we're halfway.
Okay.
We are literally almost closer to the end than the start. It's
We
just a
don't
way
know
to look at it,
because-
right?
No, that's the way to look at it. Look, we don't have a flight back and a
Yeah,
date,
that's
like
it.
special days. So
But what are your impressions after 4 months on the roads with kids? What do you reckon? Did you get used to it?
I got used to it. It didn't change much for me because I used to spend a lot of time with them anyway.
Yeah.
So now it's actually better because we are two
Yeah.
to handle them. So I would say I have more time for myself than I used to have before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty nice.
What do you still have the same frustrations, or did anything improve or depreciate?
I think improved.
Yeah.
Because when I need, I can just walk away and have my little own space, and I know that you are around.
Yeah. I just read an article 2 days ago about a family traveling who said, no, it's not holidays when you have kiddos. It's so they kind of made the list of all the myths that people assume traveling long time is. And it was quite interesting, like all the things about having little time for yourself when you have kiddos, because the only time you have for yourself is when they sleep or when they are in a place like that, and you know that very little can happen to them.
But I think they actually grew a lot during this trip, and they got much more independent, and they can play for a long time on their own.
On their own, yeah.
Yeah. Which was not the case before we left.
Yeah,
So
it's
this
true
is
that.
like a big improvement.
At the beginning, as soon as we would start to, say, record a video or do something, but especially the recording videos, they could tell right away we're not speaking French or Czech.
Yeah.
So it means we're doing something in their back.
Yeah,
It's kind of, hey,
They
let's
did
go
not
and
like
check
it,
out
yeah.
what they're doing, because obviously they're not looking at us right now.
I was just not sure whether that was a laugh or a
I'll
cry.
yeah. You never
Okay.
know, it's 50-50,
I think it was,
yeah.
it was a laugh.
But yeah, it's when you said they grew, I mean, what do you see? What changed?
First of all, as I told you, I think that they are much more independent and they can play for a long time on their own, and they are less afraid of things.
Yeah.
And they are very open to people. A bit too much, I would say, but they just make friends very easily.
We call them our two Labradors. They're very sociable. They just jump on anyone who speaks French or Czech and play with them for as long as they can take. Okay, that's fine. I don't hear them, but you can see Eliot is in the back and Tom is
laughing,
screaming. So yeah, he's here.
Oh, this is better. I'm more comfortable.
Yeah.
So, what are your impressions?
It's very different from the Mexico I knew. So I lived in Querétaro in 2006, and the city was more busy. The architecture was completely different. It was colonial, mostly in the city center. So you
cannot see much in here.
We've seen a bit of it, but very little.
Very little, yeah. Everything, or the big cities or towns. I don't know if they are cities really. They are just hotels and.
True, yeah.
You cannot see much culture.
There's always a plaza, and there's a couple of historical buildings, but.
And towns like Loreto.
Loreto was quite nice, and Mulegé as well. Mulegé had a very nice vibe. It's a smaller town, but it's very charming. But it's true that so the in terms of visuals, it's very different to what I've seen before. In terms of people, they're still as warm, and then this is one thing I really like is people are very friendly, they're very warm, they're very helpful. So far we haven't encountered anyone who was trying to harm us or do anything bad. I mean, even really drunk people who came to talk to us.
They were okay.
Yeah, they were okay. Like really, it was really fine. So it makes me think for a second about all the people we met in the US who told us, "Oh, you're going to Mexico. Be careful. It's dangerous." It's probably as dangerous as anywhere in the world. We may be lucky. There's always unlucky people, and hopefully all will go well. But so far, it's good. So there's the food. I'm happy to retrieve the food that I liked, although it's sometimes very, very spicy, like yesterday. We didn't expect it.
Yeah, it was so spicy.
Check on the kiddos. We're just gonna get a bit closer to the kids. And Sarka's hiding behind me. Where is she? Where is she?
And you're trying to escape.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the food. I mean, the food is great, right? I think the food is always fresh. I mean, you always have a bit of lemon. You always have a bit of paprika, tomatoes. I mean, there's always fresh foods. Whatever you eat, there's fresh food in it. There's always a taste of freshness. So the food is very different. Budget-wise,
I think we untied the budget a little bit.
Yeah, we probably spend the same.
We spend the same, but we allow ourselves to.
As you can say, we get more bang from our bucks.
What?
Yeah, that was in Asia. It's that get more bang from your buck. So, I think the food is cheaper.
Yeah.
Like if you do groceries, we spend probably $50 at best when we do big shopping, which is 1,000 pesos. I mean, something like that. Was before we'd spend $130 US dollars at Walmart whenever we do big groceries, and that would be just food. So it's true that in this regard is very it's a lot cheaper, as well as campgrounds, and we did more in Mexico in 3 weeks than 3 months in the US. Yeah. Because we found spots where.
But we just went to one campground, but we could not leave from there.
Yeah, we stayed five nights, and it was 200 pesos a night, which is $8 US dollars a night.
It was very cheap and.
And you had like full hookup. access to showers and toilets anytime.
And we were meeting nice people there.
Yeah, they were
So-
great people, really good vibes. So yeah, we spent a bit more here, but I think it's a good balance.
Yeah.
We get to the point where there's a good compromise between what we do and what we how much it costs. And yesterday we went on a boat ride for like 45 minutes, and it cost us 350 pesos, which is about let's say 14 USD.
Yeah, that's okay.
This in the US, you pay it, I mean,
Triple maybe.
yeah, even more. I'd say you pay a good 60 to 80 bucks. So yeah, it's better. Anything else you'd like to add?
No.
Choices of the car.
The car, our
Yeah.
car,
So far the car's doing well.
perfect.
That's great, because we
are
had some
discovering
concerns.
a lot of issues on the way as well, but
Fix them all.
so far the issues are fixable.
Yeah.
And not so.
But it's very minor. It's like the sink stopped working, so we didn't have running water. What else?
The blinds.
Oh yeah, the blinds. It doesn't fold back.
The door doesn't close automatically.
Yeah. But it's really minor things. So far we're really happy about the decision to take the Volkswagen California instead of. We had in mind the Defender, Land Rover Defender 130
That would be much different.
with a rooftop tent.
That was very romantic idea. I would say.
I love. I mean, I could imagine ourselves on it.
I
It
would
looks
love to,
great,
yeah.
but I think we'd hate it because it's great for places that are
Warm.
well. It shouldn't be too warm, I think, because even though there's good ventilation, but I think it's great for places where there's not too many people.
Yeah.
And so far, the US and Mexico. I mean, yes, there are places where you're on your own, but
But like many times we park in the city.
yeah,
And
yeah. If you visit places, I don't know, New York or Austin or whatever, you
it would be quite difficult to park
Yeah.
in a city and to put a tent on.
and
Not very.
well, it's not under the
low-key.
radar like type of sleeping and the other thing is the possibility to cook inside and not to have to constantly set up the kitchen when you want to cook. I mean,
Yeah. it's
as much as
brilliant.
it takes time to remove the kid seats and to do our little setup and to swivel the chair, I mean, we're pretty much ready to go within 10 minutes if we need to.
Yeah. No, it's very cool, and I was just thinking about the people. Usually, the families that we meet, they have much bigger cars,
Yeah.
and they wonder how we do fit in our small car. But then, on the other hand, when we show them the car from inside, they are surprised how spacious it is.
Either they're
And,
super polite,
Or maybe they are super polite, but
but I think they're surprised
I
at
think
how
from
ingenious.
outside it looks much smaller than it is from the inside. You
Yeah.
really cannot imagine everything you have inside.
And it's really it's well thought, like it's well conceived. The van is really with lots of small storage space and small things that you don't think about, but it's really helpful, like the folding table and it's great. Honestly, there's plenty of space
Outside.
outside. All right, so this is it for today. We'll try to make our way towards Cabo Pulmo.
Yes. Find some other beach.
As soon as we refilled the propane tanks, as soon as we got our laundry back, we'll hit the road and we'll see you guys later. All right, bye.
Bye.